I am Bartholomew Oswald Samson Smith, but you can call me Boss. I am the one who manages the managers, who inspects the inspectors, and who reviews the reviewers. Today, I will review the man who finally made wearing glasses a reputable trademark. I am talking, of course, of the Nostalgia Critic, aka that guy with the glasses. Wait, aren't these two different persons both having their own show on the website? Computer, I want to review the big boss of that guy with the glasses.com. Who is this supposed to be? I want that guy with the glasses. Not him. Not him. Next. Cold Coffee, the last who didn't even have glasses. Go ahead. Make my day. Yes, that's him. Should never ask the professor to create this AI. Rule number 59. Never build a sentient computer smarter than you. It's basic. Anyways, before I start evaluating the critic, let me supply a brief background from him for you. The Nostalgia Critic first appeared on YouTube in July 2007, screaming and jump-cutting about the back-then new Transformers movie. Kind of like Sunny after he had some energy drink.
Oh, it was totally awesome! It was like this. I was walking down the hallway when suddenly, out of nowhere, boom! Came this enormous singing! That's when I talked to Boss, and he said, "Sonny, we have to do something." And I said, "Yes, Boss, we totally have to do something." And that's when I walked off. Bye! And I totally saved the day! Yay!
But after this frenetic start, he developed a very dominant style, just sitting at his desk, reviewing stuff and ordering people around. Good man. And thank God he never did this frenzied style again.
So it starts off like there's Decepticons all over the world and we have to find them. That crane thing looks odd. Transformer!
Rampaging robots! Where does this footage come from?
God damn! It's so good to see Optimus Prime again! And not only that, the whole Transformers are there!
Well, enough of this. The Critic became quite successful on YouTube in terms of popularity. As a result, YouTube started taking his movies down. Doesn't seem very smart to me for a commercial movie sharing website to alienate popular shows. But I guess YouTube had a good reason for this kind of action. Or does it? Anyway, in response, the Nostalgia Critic launched his very own website, which became a pretty profitable business. Without YouTube. At about the time TGWTG.com launched, MC did what every good businessman does when he starts a new business. He initiated a feud with an already established competitioner.
And I have a bone to pick with one angry video game nerd. At least once a week, one of your fans comments on my video saying that I am very similar to you. Oh yeah, an angry critic who's obsessed with the past? Never seen one of those before. But the fact of the matter is, these comparisons keep coming and coming and coming. As both you and I know, there is no comparison. I am by far the greater talent.
Oh boy, they sure ran all the way. Oh, isn't it just adorable to watch? Oh. Finally, they made a co-production which concluded the whole feud forever. So, let's finish the Nostalgia Critic's history. This spring he took over a whole country for a few days. Until his own entourage rebelled against him and he had to go back to his original job. We have all been there, haven't we?
Good old times, sir.
They sure were, Bob. They sure were. After all, the Critic is doing pretty well in his job. He has already produced over 130 nostalgic reviews as well as a few other shows. His website is now online for 2.5 years, attracting more and more reviewers. For my show. So, now that you know all about the Nostalgia Critic, let's rate him. The Voice. Without a doubt, the man whose show is watched by 100 to 200,000 viewers per week has a magnificent voice which helps him to charm the masses. Let's take a look at his voice.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. No, nobody wants to see that, but they did it. Oh, thanks. Were you gonna tell me that before or after he cut my head off?
Well, I guess his voice is at least strong, but deep. I think I can give him about 2 points thanks to his popularity.
Alright, you beaker-sucking bozo. You want a piece of me? Well, you got it.
Yes, that's a good voice. Computer, I need more of this footage.
Alright, people! This is the moment you've been waiting for! Bravery will be rewarded! Destinies will be revealed! And the honor of a new nation will be born! A nation which I will declare Kick-Ass-ia!
I knew you got it in you, NC. Which brings me to appearance. He got the glasses, the beard, the tie, the jackets, well, his stature, of course, it's not as impressive as mine. But at least he's not such a beanpole as Bob, for example.
I'm standing right next to you, sir.
Yes, Bob, and it's always good to know you're there. Let's move on to influence. At the start, there's his website, which is visited by thousands of worshippers each day. Then there are his henchmen, or co-reviewers, or whatever you call them. One call from him and they are at his side, even when he declares war on a whole country.
It's time. It's time. It's time.
It is?
Yes, we are taking over Molossia.
Which brings me to my last point. He took over a whole country! As I mentioned earlier, the Critic and his minions... Oh, come on, Bob! I can't even call another one's minions minions.
No, sir. You're not supposed to call anybody a minion.
As I was saying, the Critic and his team took over the country of Molossia and founded their very own nation called Kick-Ass-ia. And they were aiming for so much more.
Well, first we plan on taking over the neighbors down the street. We sent them pamphlets. Then we plan on taking over Nevada, America, and then the world.
But eventually, they run into what I call the I've got the future of the whole world in my hand and nothing can stop me. That's why I can lay back and watch television for a while. Why? Just because I can. And because I wired the whole place with tons of dynamite arrow. And I tell you, I have been there a few times myself. So it came to revolution, Santa Christ appeared, and they all returned to their old lives.
You know, I really expected Kick-Ass-ia to kick a little more ass than this.
I guess I got carried away a bit with this whole Kick-Ass-ia incident, but it just reminds me of myself when I was a young man. In conclusion, the Nostalgia Critic already got a spectacular influence, and if he keeps the good work up, maybe one day he becomes almost as significant as I am. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 points. There's only one more category to go. Powers. At first I was kind of disappointed with his powers. The most exciting action I could find in his early reviews was firing wildly into the air while drinking out of a skull.
I'm sorry, I have to do that every 12 minutes.
Except for looking really awesome. There's nothing superhuman about it. Everybody can do this. Show them, Bob.
Yes, sir.
See? But as time passed, the critic revealed more and more of the powers hidden within him. Take a look at the final battle with the nerd. He showed stunning martial arts and lightsaber skills. In Kick-Ass, he revealed the power of superconductor electromagnetism.
Certainly you've heard of it. It levitates bullet trains from Tokyo to Osaka. It will levitate my rocket share once it finally arrives. And it also levitates
Me.
You do realize you're just standing on your tippy toes, don't you?
And finally, during an extreme annoying review, he went nuclear!
Just
Well deserved 5 points. So let's take a look at the final result. Perfect score. Just like me. I told you he reminds me of myself, didn't I? And there you got it. Black and sand color beige. This man has potential. Are you having a bright future ahead of you, critic? I'll have an eye on you.
So you finally found an excuse to watch his show on company time. Congratulations, sir.
This was my review of That Guy with the Glasses. I am B.O.S.S, saying there is no such thing as a stupid review until I make it. Wait, this came out wrong. Let me rephrase this. There is no such thing as a not stupid review. Oh, screw it. And who is this now?
That guy with the glasses.
But who did I just review then?
The nostalgia critic. But that's okay. They are both characters of Douglas Walker.
Who?
How will your plans go?